Hey man, what it is? This is Damon. I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $ Dean by any means. There go to PayPal at Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $10, a dollar, $1,000. It don't matter. I appreciate it. Hey, you right there. Don't be a eavesdropper. Hit that like button. Don't be a eavesdropper. Hit that like button. Hey, y'all, we not doing this. We not doing this, and I'm not letting y'all get away with this. The boxing scene has dropped the article. Not only them, a couple other websites then dropped a couple articles. It's been all over Twitter. I've seen it the last hour or so, and what has made me even madder is what I have seen on Twitter and what I am seeing, and it's just very, very disappointing. Now Gervonta Davis is supposedly ducking Shakur Stevenson because Shakur verbally agrees to fight Williamzepeda. Let's stay there, right? Because I got to break this down in points. Williamzepeda and Shakur Stevenson was already talking before the Lomachenko thing happened, before Coach Kenny and Shakur was talking, before all of that was going on already. Not my words. Eddie Hearn told you that. Yeah, when Jerron was fighting and all that, Eddie Hearn told you that. Remember when Oscar was taking shots at Shakur and wanted him to sign with him, and then they did actually talk? Yeah, you remember all that because they would be on the same network. That's why. They was already talking. The WBC mandated the fight before all of that happened, y'all. Okay. Now I'm sitting up there seeing it's because they're saying that the PBC reached out to James Prince and I forgot his other manager name. It doesn't even matter. He reached out to James Prince and his other manager, and they said they was called by the PBC, and the PBC asked them was they interested in the fight. They said they were interested in a fight. I'm glad that they did say that, and they said that they haven't heard back from them in that due time that they were supposed to reach. I guess the PBC said they'll call them. That's, for example, say the PBC said they'll call them on a Wednesday, and they didn't call them on the Wednesday. Okay. Coach Kyle and Shakur and it was just talking. I mean, Coach Kenny was just talking to Shakur 10 days ago. So you know they didn't call them. The PBC didn't call them the next day. Gervonta Davis is in Paris right now. Gervonta Davis literally just got to Paris like a day or two ago. Literally, like we all saw that before this news came out. You know they didn't send nothing to Shakur or call them directly after he got off live with Coach Kenny and them. Do you think that's reasonable to believe? So let's say it was 10 days ago when they was actually negotiating with Loma and all that. Coach Kenny and Shakur talk on Fanon channel. Shout out to Fanon channel. If you haven't seen it, go subscribe, like, and go watch the interview. You know it's pretty reasonable to say it is, let's say minimum 2 days go past. So that would make that what? 8 days, 7 days. Because you can't even take the day that it actually happened. So let's say 2 days after that, so the day after that, which would be the third morning. Okay? 7 days left. They reached out to him, said, we're going to call you next week. Hey, I'll give you exactly 7 days, week to week. Right? They don't call. But they did reach out and you said you was interested. So at minimum, let's say the PBC was wrong because they didn't call them back or whatever that situation is. I don't even know how much I believe that, to be honest. But we'll get to that. We'll let's say that's true, right? Even though James Prince, never mind, I'm not about to even go all the way there. Anyway, let's say that's true, right? You don't see nothing about them saying that Shakur Stevenson and his team called the PBC back, though. I'm pretty sure if they called you, they gave you a returning number to get in contact with. I mean, it is only Shakur Stevenson. I'm pretty sure they gave you something to reach out to them, So you don't call them and actually see what's up with your fighter's biggest fight of his life. You are the worst managers in managerial history then. So you let pride, like, well, they didn't call me today, So I ain't gonna call it. What? They did call you though. You know what's the saddest part about that, y'all? Gervonta Davis and Lomachenko was what? Negotiating for 2 to 3 weeks, and a fight still didn't get announced. So people like, well, he reached out to Loma. He did reach out to Loma. And they were negotiating for a few weeks. We was just getting rumors that they was fighting. It wasn't no official announcement that them two was going to fight. That was happening for a few weeks. So let me get this straight. Shakur could tell Tank with 5 days. Now they got called. It's 7 days. They don't call. Shakur Stevenson and his team not in the position to tell Tank, well, y'all, he's on their time limit. And Shakur, my guy, and I don't even want to call him a duck. But if y'all start calling Gervonta Davis a duck, I'll call it for what it is, because Shakur has one out, and I understand this part too. That the WBC, for whatever reasons, could say no. If you fight Gervonta Davis, we going to strip you. They could say that. They could be forcing him to negotiate with his mandatory. That could definitely be happening too. That could be playing a role as well, but we always knew that's a factor. So now that has become a factor, now all y'all gonna try to act oblivious and act like y'all didn't already know that Shakur Stevenson had to fight williamzepeda? Y'all gonna act like y'all already know this. Like that wasn't a major fork in the road between Gervonta and Shakur Stevenson. So wouldn't it be on Shakur Stevenson and them team to say we're waiting on Gervonta Davis to see if we can unify, to where as though the WBC could reach out and see if that's actually what Gervonta Davis. There is plenty of ways to actually see if this fight was still going on, even if the PBC didn't call that day. But you don't that day or the very next day verbally agree to fight williamzepeda, and then got people out here talking about Gervonta's a duck. How? If you understand that he is the A side, and that when he that part makes absolutely zero sense. And you know why it's hypocrisy? Because when Devin gave Shakur a take it or leave it offer, everybody said that was unfair. When Devin made Shakur be on his timeline, everybody said that was unfair. Shakur Stevenson not in the position to give Gervonta Davis an ultimatum. Call me in 5 days, or to fight, or like a stopwatch is on. Well, we all literally got pictures, proof of where Gervonta Davis is. So I'm pretty sure Gervonta is not out there, like, pretty sure he's out there enjoying the Olympics where he's supposed to be at. That's where he's been at. But the craziest part in the whole story is, y'all, just a few hours ago, we were supposed to, it was rumors out there that Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson was already negotiating that the fight is on for November 13th, 23rd. So in a matter of 4 or 5 hours, Gervonta Davis went from him and Shakur is fighting to Shakur fighting williamzepeda now. Just in a matter of 4 or 5 hours, where both fighters get on Twitter or wherever they was at and say cap on that. So they both can say cap on that around the same time, but can't nobody reach out to nobody. And if they don't, it's, I'm going to just walk away from the table type time. That's what we doing. Y'all the worst managers in history. So y'all going to let Shakur Stevenson go fight williamzepeda, which is a tough fight, to be the co-main, to not get paid a fifth of what he's going to get paid versus Gervonta Davis because of pride? Unless y'all telling me the WBC was going to strip you if y'all waited any longer. That's the only out I'm giving Shakur Stevenson in this, because I understand that part. The WBC plays a factor, and I understand Shakur like, well, what's the point of me having my belt and trying to unify if all y'all gonna do is strip me? But y'all ain't say that though. They didn't say that, y'all. The out, that's me trying to give them an out. That's not them saying that. They said, because they because they got tired of waiting. Who the hell is Shakur Stevenson to tell Gervonta Davis he's tired of waiting? He didn't wait that long. He waited 5 days, 6 days, 7 days at most, because there ain't no person in this world going to convince me that Loma ducked. Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny get on Fanon channel the next day. I mean, Coach Kenny and Shakur get on Fanon channel the next day. And the PBC, I guess the very next day called, man, listen here. Man, listen, y'all can play with somebody else intelligent. Please don't come over here playing with mines. I'm giving the man a week. Let's say it was a whole week. Shakur Stevenson would still be wrong. He's not in where I ain't saying PBC shouldn't call him back if they said they was, but like, if you're that pressed about it and it's something you really want, I would call you. Let's say a job, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give y'all a prime example. Jobs say all the time they going to call you back. They may even give you a date they going to call you. But if they don't call you on that date, everybody put in the chat what you do. You ain't no real hustler. You ain't nobody who ever really wanted something. In real life, if somebody is offering you something and they say they going to reach back out to you, but then they don't reach back out to you when they say, it is on you at that point to make sure that they either not going to do business at all, or it could be a miscommunication. It could be a misunderstanding. It could be a bunch of different things involved. But that's on you to find out. Hey, y'all said y'all was going to call back. What's going on? Let me know, because I got to fight with williamzepeda set up. Is we going to go to negotiations or what? That could just be as easily done. The only reason to not do it is what? Pride? So pride come over making millions, having the biggest fight of your career, the legacy, the belts, all of that, y'all. Pride comes over that. Pride comes before the fall, too. Unless y'all telling me that this is fake news, unless y'all are telling me that the WBC said they going to strip Shakur, then I'm not trying to hear it, bro. I'm going to call it how I see it. And I'm just waiting to get even more information to actually see if this is 100% what it is. Because it could be more information that come out, so I got to observe it. But what I won't let y'all do is use this scenario and try to paint Gervonta Davis as a duck. You're out of your mind. I can tell you this. That's what's not going to happen. No matter how much I like Shakur. Because the way they trying to explain that situation to somebody who actually does this, to somebody who actually studies this, to somebody who's actually involved in this, I know better than that. That's Shakur being very... How you going to put somebody at an ultimatum that's giving you your biggest bag? Somebody please tell me, in what world does that make sense? How do you give a job your ultimatum that's paying you $100,000 a year for a job that you could get paying you $10,000 a year? Do that make any sense? And let's say it's Shakur that was being prideful. James Prince and the managers are the worst managers in the world because their job is to not be prideful. Their job is to do their job for their client. That's their job. They're not supposed to operate from pride. Hey, PBC ain't calls today. Tomorrow we're going to give them a call at 10 a.m. Everybody know 10 a.m. is the best time to call businesses. That's the most appropriate time to call somebody. And 10, 11 a.m. And actually see what's going on. But to just say the phone ain't ring, and we didn't like that, so we're going to go fight williamzepeda now, a guy y'all was all... The thing is, y'all, the part that people not going to be honest about, they was already in talks with williamzepeda for weeks. So you'll give williamzepeda all the time in the world. What if williamzepeda said, Shakur, I ain't going to fight you because, yeah, you was over there trying to make the tank fight, and it's been 2-3 weeks, and it's been 2-3 weeks, and you ain't get back at me. You taking too long to get at me. What if williamzepeda said that? You know what Shakur Stevenson fans would say? They would say that he was a duck. But Shakur get to say that to Gervonta Davis. If y'all don't get all the way out of my face with that, I am not hearing it. I'm not tolerating it. I'm not going for it. If Shakur Stevenson let his team do that, shame on him. If James Prince and them ain't reach out back to the PBC, shame on them, because that's not how business operate. You're not going to get a fight done in 4 or 5 days when the man is in Paris and the whole nine. You just talked to his coach 10 days ago. Like, let's be honest. That's not how things work. when Coach Kenny told them y'all would get a contract. Then they reach out to you and you don't wait for that. You're not going to sit up here and try to convince me of something that I know better than. Shakur Stevenson is in no position to give Gervonta Davis any type of ultimatums. That's the truth of the matter. But people don't want to hear the truth of the matter. They want, because they like Core, they want to try to make it whatever you want to try to make it be. That is on you, my guy. The truth of the matter is Shakur Stevenson's in no position to give Gervonta Davis any type ultimatums. So if this is true, Shakur Stevenson's dead wrong and duck Gervonta Davis. It just is what it is, if that's what that is. Now, if he say the WBC was threatening to strip him, making him sit up there and go forward with the Zepeda fight, and that's why he can't wait no longer, but it still would be on him to reach out to the PBC to find out if they're going to do business or not, so then he would know that he can move on and that X, Y, and Z is not going down. That's how actual business is operated and worked out. Gervonta Davis he was negotiating with Lomachenko for weeks. They still didn't announce a fight. Shakur Stevenson was supposedly being in talks with William Zepeda for weeks. They still haven't even announced the fight. They're just talking about their agreeing to fight. But Gervonta Davis only gets a week at most. Tell me how that makes sense, y'all. But I'm supposed to say Gervonta Davis is the duck. Yeah, I can't do it. I know y'all want me to. I know y'all would like me to look at this differently, but I can't lie. I know how to count. I know what business days means. I know what Gervonta Davis just landing in Paris also means. I know that fights don't get done in a week. And if they do, not without a week of negotiations and other things going on. I know better than that. I know better than that. So y'all want me to believe that Shakur Stevenson couldn't hit Gervonta Davis up in the DM personally and you'd be like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Your people say they're going to get back at me. What's going on? That's what I would do so I could show the whole world that Gervonta Davis is ducking me. Hey, yo, I reached out to Gervonta Davis personally on his Twitter, on his Instagram, everything. I know when he see my check, he going to respond. And if he don't, blah, blah, blah. We seen Gervonta Davis respond because Eddie Hearn DM'd him. And he responded when it came to Devin Haney now, didn't he? So I'm pretty sure why Gervonta Davis over there sitting at the Olympics, watching the Olympics, I'm pretty sure he got his phone by him. And I'm pretty sure that he's checking Instagram and Twitter. I don't know that to be true, y'all. I'm just pretty sure of it. So y'all not going to convince me that they can give Gervonta Davis an ultimatum on any fashions, or I just don't understand it. I won't allow it. I won't even let that talk be talk. And because I like Shakur Stevenson, I'm giving him an out about the WBC and the whole nine, because they was already in talks about that. We already knew that was a hurdle. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like that wasn't a hurdle, because that's in the favor of Gervonta Davis. I won't do that to Shakur Stevenson either. Because we don't know, as you know, with the WBC, Canelo, we know it don't work like that. So y'all already know what this is, man. Dean, by any means. And I holla at y'all.